Whoa, we're jiggling, jiggling, jiggling. Hello, everyone. This is Terry with Dolan's Place. I am here to share something with you that I found. It was by Crafty Girl Chronicles. She had a little index book that she made, and she did collages in it. Now, I also watched Scrapbooking Memories, and she did a series on how to collage. So I did learn a lot from her. I still am. My problem with collaging, you guys, is putting things on top of each other, doing layers. She explains it so well, and so I'm gonna have the link to her channel in there. I think her name is Jessica. No, Jennifer. And you'll see she gives great direction. She makes it look so easy, and her stuff looks really good. And Crafty Girl, oh man, I was so inspired by her. It's different, but it's still layers. But she does it with such artistic finesse that I was like, I really want to do that index card thing. So here, let me show you mine. Now, both ladies' collage is, it's when you see other people's collage, there's different. They're all going to be different. I like to, this one I tore paper. You'll see the other ones I don't tear because I think my OCD just won't allow me to tear paper. It's dumb, I know. So I tore some paper. There's music paper. That's one big sheet. Then I put a little one here, and these two go together, I think. And then I think this is a sticker. Yeah. I laid a sticker on top of a piece of paper. You can't even see it. That's where I kind of go, why am I layering stuff, putting stuff on top of stuff? How come everybody else's looks good? So, and then of course I put my little stamps, and I decided to leave this empty and date it. Then this one is a big sheet. I just made it fit the index card. This I'm more comfortable with the layering. I let it touch a little bit, let it touch a little bit here, and I ink the edges. So that I can do. It doesn't bother me as much as that first piece. Same thing here. I tore some, but it wasn't as bad as that first piece. Like I can't do a bunch of tearing. And this is as much as it still needs to look like one sheet. And then here's another one I did. It is one sheet. And so I added these little bitty pieces of paper. You can get them on Amazon. I don't know what they're called, but I think if you do junk journaling, you'll find them. And they always have hundreds of pieces and they're less than $10. That's usually what I get. I don't think there's, no stickers. That's part of the paper. And then here, this was a scrap, I think. No, it's a tag. Yeah. But these are the little pieces I was talking about. So and they also have those tags. Another one that I bought had tags. It must have been cut. I don't know what I was doing with it, but I saved the scrap. So if I can use it, I can. But this is about as much collaging as I'm going to be able to do. And I like it, though. I'm not complaining because it feels good to do it. And that's what you do is you do you. You don't have to do what everybody else does. And these are little pieces, like Tim Holtz. They aren't the Tim Holt ones. I do have some of his, I think. I think that's a sticker. And, Clarissa from Paper Confessions with Caramia gave me a box that had these cute little pieces of ephemera that you can add to these things. Here's another one. And now this came from the dang book that I bought. It's good junk journaling stuff, but you have to cut it out. And that vulture stood to me and said, cut me out. I will look good on your page. And I did. I cut it out. I said, yeah, not bad. And it was a good cut. Not too much to do. So I said, fine, let's do you. In fact, all of these I had to cut. It was in the book. So not bad. And I got my inking from Penny. I remembered I do just the edges. That's cool. I like to do that. This was one of those things. And look at this cute little portrait. Part of that ephemera thing that you can buy. Yeah, you can see I did a bunch. Now this is my art by Marlene. It's not so much collaging as it is just putting paper down. I tried to, like touch pieces, but this is all as far as I can go. And then here, the reason there's a second page is I goofed. When I did this one, it was it was upside down. So I had to glue it to this other one just so it wouldn't be backwards and look funny inside the book. But I just tried to, lay some pieces down on top of each other. And I'm just not calling it collage, just cute. And this was stuff all from Art by Marlene. Some books I had. And I really like this one, You've Got a Friend. I was thinking of Susan when I made this one because she likes angels. And I wasn't touching anything that you can see. I just thought it's cute together. And I think this is the last one. I really like, this is one of the reasons I like Art by Marlene is that she's unconventional and nonconformist like me. I'm just not going to do what everybody does. Okay. Well, part of the reason is I can't. When I try to do things, sometimes I have to determine. I cannot tell you. I even did some today. I looked at that and I said, "What the heck were you thinking?" Boom, trash. So I have no other way to be but to be me. And so here's this dog with lipstick on, or is that no? That's her tongue and her nose. But it says, "Why fit in if you were made to stand out?" I don't know if I was made to stand out, but I'm not fitting in. And I didn't with the family either. And look how cute this is with all the hearts. Sending you my love. Again, thinking of Susan because of all the hearts. And it matched. That's another thing with me. I have to match. Like polka dots and checks are not going to work for me. Even though I've seen people dressed like that. And if you dress like that, that's you. I'm just saying I'm not going to dress like that because my eyes will go crazy. But that's my book of so-called collages. We can call that. And I just call it relaxing because it's part of the thing that I want to do for 2026. And one of the other things is not to make long videos, yap, and Terry. So check out the ladies that I have listed below. They are very good. And I had a lot of fun doing this. I'll see you in the next video.